Hi there, I'm Jerry Pujals with Homestead Real Estate alongside my wife, Susan Pujals. And today we're going to talk to you a little bit about how to get your home ready for market. If you're thinking about selling your property, what should we tell a seller to do to get their property ready for market? What are some of the things that we encourage people to do, Susan?
Well, obviously, the first thing is since you're moving, you might as well start packing, right? So start packing up all the things that you maybe don't normally use, putting books, into boxes, extra clothing, extra things that you don't use during the day so that you have lots of clear surfaces, because we all know that when you have clear surfaces, that visually it's more pleasing. It makes the house look bigger, etc., things like that. What do you think the best thing to do to get the house on the market besides that, Jerry? What are some things that people can do that it doesn't cost a lot of money?
So we've been doing this for over 20 years, and some of the results have spoken for themselves. I think the biggest bang for your buck is going to be in the way of paint. I think paint is super inexpensive, and if your walls look tired and if the trims look like they can use some touch up, or they're nicked and they could be sanded down and sort of gone over, I think that goes a long way. Yeah. Front doors are a huge thing. I mean, really evaluate your front door. Stand in front of your home and just pretend like you've never been there before. And what does that look like to you? Does it look inviting, or does it look like it's just been, front door that's just been overly utilized for the last 10, 20, or 30 years? And in some cases, a new front door may just be the way to go. I think that's really important. I also think that in a lot of cases, floors could be an inexpensive upgrade. You might, now with some of these LVTs and some of these laminate floors, you might just go right over what you have already. Let's say that you have wood floors that are really damaged, and the demolition of those floors would cost a lot, or sanding them down would cost a lot. If you do an overlay, it would cost you a fraction of the price.
Oh, definitely.
And it goes a long way, right?
Oh, I agree. And I think paint is probably the best, definitely. I hate to use the word bang for the buck, but definitely. I mean, it makes your house look so much nicer, crisp, refreshed. Sometimes the exterior, sometimes you can get away with power washing. Power washing sometimes does an amazing job, and what you don't realize is the house is really dirty and it just needs to be cleaned. So you'd be kind of surprised by a power wash for the outside.
I'm so glad you said that, because it has happened more than once where we just go up to a house, and I guess the years of experience are what really pay off now, because when we started doing these, we would for sure think that the house needed to be painted on the exterior. So anytime a good painter is going to come paint a house, they're going to pressure wash the house. And we come back right after the pressure wash and we just think, wait a minute, this house doesn't need to be painted. It just looks perfect.
Yeah.
And we literally have to go through the embarrassment of telling the painter that just bill us for the pressure washing. We don't need to paint.
Right. Yeah.
So
sometimes that happens.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore. Now we really make sure that we start with the pressure wash, then we assess, and then we go forward with it. So pressure washing for sure every single time, even before you sign on the dotted line to get a house painted.
Yeah, definitely. There's some other things too to think about that are super inexpensive. Because curb appeal, really, that's the first thing that people see when they drive up is, what does your landscape look like? And there's so many like drought tolerant plants now, and a lot of people aren't doing the grass anymore. They're doing drought tolerant. They're doing the gravel, or different types of things to sort of refresh things, and you don't have to spend a ton of money to refresh it. Yeah. And I agree about the front door. It's, that's the first thing that you walk into. Even a fresh doormat, it's like, it's the first thing that you see.
Yeah, one of the things that we tell our sellers, and we were probably the first ones to do this in Napa Valley 15 years ago, before it was a thing for an agent to get involved in helping people with the financial aspect of getting their home repaired. We've been offering that again over 15 years now, where if a seller were to need help with resources to get the home painted or remodeled, I mean, we've lent out all the way from a few $1,000s to hundreds of thousands of dollars to get homes ready for market. It just depends on the property.
Right.
And one thing that I'm very proud of is that we don't charge our clients interest rate or interest fees or points or anything like that on those finances. That's something that we've been offering for a long time as part of our service. I'm also very, very proud of the over 350 reviews we have on Zillow and on Google, and we just love that. So it's been a lot of fun. I mean, I anytime anybody needs to get a home ready for market, it's probably the most fun I have. You
get excited.
I get excited
like
about that. But because we have the guys, the resources, the trucks, the dump trailers, we have all the resources plug and play ready to go. So that's something that you and I built a long time ago, and it's been copied, which is fine. Biggest form of flattery is certain companies copying our model. I think we do it really well.
Yeah, I do too.
And and it shows in the sales prices and days on the market and things like that.
Right, multiple offers.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Definitely.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The other thing that I like too is the relationship that we have with Zillow and the on anybody's listing, we probably get the lion's share of the phone calls that when a consumer is looking at homes, based on our relationship with Zillow, we get a large volume of those phone calls, and it's because they know that we know how to handle those phone calls. They know that we know how to vet the consumer. They know that with us, there's a better chance that that consumer may be writing an offer on a property. So that's something that we have earned, because I think in Napa Valley, I think we're the only one that are what's called a Zillow Flex partner that has a relationship with Zillow the way that we do. They want us to expand into other areas, and we could, but I think it's important.
Like super local, I think is really important.
Yeah. For us, it's been great to just focus really locally. So this week, I think talking just to go over that with anybody that might be interested in selling and what are the things to do to get a house market ready. Those are just some of the things that we can do. But if you needed new kitchens, new bathrooms, things like that, we have the resources and the team to do that very quickly. We just did a property in North Napa that's going to hit the market probably in the next 7 to 10 days, and we're excited about that one and how it does. But what a transformation that's been on that property. And the seller of that property is one of those sellers that literally just listened to our agent and took all the advice. And the agent already has multiple clients willing to write an offer on that property. So we're excited about that, even in a market where the rates have gone up and people are saying, oh, we're not seeing it. We're not seeing multiple offers. We're still seeing multiple offers. And we're excited about that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And then what should we talk about next week?
What should we talk about next week?
Maybe we should talk about buyers, how to help buyers position themselves to have the best chance at winning.
Right. Yeah. Because there's a lot of super creative strategies now, and let's talk about that.
Okay, and then maybe we'll talk if not next week, the one after that, we'll talk a little bit about inspections, and that's something that you're very masterful at. So I love for them to hear how you go about that and how it better positions them to do well in the process and maybe even get some big credits back.
All right. No, I love it. Sounds good. Awesome.
Have a great week.